Hello, welcome to this episode of the Arctic Dungeon Master. I'm beside a fire tonight. I got some soda pop. I thought we'd chat a little bit. And oh man, the things on Facebook. Whew. Facebook has been on an uproar. Whether it's been the D&D movie trailer, which by the way I think is awesome. And I'll leave it at that because this is like weeks after the trailer. But Spelljammer's been released, that was just a couple days ago. And they just recently had Wizards Presents, and they talked about their plans for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and I know I talk about Dungeons and Dragons, but if I could just say this, those Lord of the Rings Magic cards, especially those no frame ones, that mural that they make is fantastic. All right, now let's go talking about Dungeons and Dragons. So we'll go to I have no more logs put on the fire, which that's never happened, or I'm out of soda pop, or I just run out of things to talk. That's how these fireside chats work, in case you're new to the channel. Maybe the bugs will drive me crazy. I'm not sure. I'll just keep killing them. Okay. So, this Wizards of the Coast presents. Let's talk about D&D 1, or One D&D. If you are a connoisseur of the YouTube, and as I would like to say, I'm a connoisseur of the YouTube, or I'm a connoisseur of the tube of you. See, there's Professor Dungeon Master on the Dungeon Craft channel, and he has called it out for the past year. He has made some really good points, and you know what's funny is that I get more information from him about the future of Wizards of the Coast and information on how to vote for my shares of Wizards of Hasbro than anywhere else. So I think that's hilarious, and I like his business analysis of the game, of Hasbro, the company, as the division of Wizards of the Coast, and also Dungeons and Dragons. I like that. And he totally has called it out about how Wizards of the Coast is moving towards a space to where you don't like 5e, that's great, play 3.5, play Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2.0. Who cares? Play the game you love. Make your own rules and play Dungeons and Dragons. And he's been a strong advocate of, if you don't know the rules of Dungeons and Dragons, it's cool, just roll the dice, have fun. And I like that. It's very encouraging. That is how my 4-year-old plays. She rolls the dice and she has fun. And that's all that matters. Bugs, they suck. So this One D&D is going to do that. And it's not only going to do that, it's going to do what everyone's been wanting for years. It's going to combine, you're going to be able to get digital and physical books. So now that Hasbro has bought D&D Beyond, that's their next thing, is you buy a physical book from Wizards of the Coast or Hasbro, you get a digital redemption on their platform, One D&D. And that's cool. That might get me to do the digital books. Like I said, it might get me to do the digital books. What it also is doing is customizable miniatures for their virtual, this is the big thing, their virtual speed racers trying to get their last four-wheelers and motorbikes for the year. Oh, kids, they're cute. And I introduced my kids to D&D. It's a lot safer than motorbikes. Okay, so Wizards of the Coast is introducing their virtual platform to play D&D. And in that, you can do customizable miniatures. Now, what that is cool for, if this is allowed, is you can print that. You can download, you can purchase an STL file and 3D print that mini. That's something. I would quit my Hero Forge account for that. Being honest, I would. Because then I would be able to do my physical and my digital. So, like, maybe I could do twice the D&D. I don't know, but that's just why I think that's cool. And the virtual tabletop, it looks way better than anything that they have out there, in my opinion. And that is what is to be expected when you have veterans in the gaming industry who did things like Halo, back when Halo was good. I'm not saying it sucks now. I'm just saying that back in the 2000s, the late 2004, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, those were the prime years of Halo, I think, because those are what I think of when I think of Halo. So that's where these guys are from. It's from that time period. So I'm really excited about some of the stuff that they've been coming out with. Like, there's a whole Japanese commercial right now to promote Dungeons and Dragons in Japan, because it's coming out in Japan. It's never been in Japan before, and so they're promoting it in Japan. And they're like, finally, the world's greatest tabletop game is coming to Japan. And the whole commercial is like this anime battle. And, you know, people have been complaining about 5e being an anime, manga, superhero, punch. And I think that's going to work very well in Japan. Or maybe I'm just watching whack anime, I don't know. But I liked the commercial. And it's going to hit that demographic in Japan, I think. Whether or not it translates to them actually sitting down and staying with Dungeons & Dragons more than a couple sessions, I don't know. But it reminded me very much of Halo OCDT or whatever, or Orbital Drop Troopers. ODT. Halo ODT. That's what it is. Orbital Drop Troopers, yeah. And it had that commercial where the guy's getting his hair buzzed, and they're doing a 21 gun salute, and they're burying his father's casket or whatever. And it reminded me of that, because it hit the tone right. Like that commercial hit the tone right at the time period. It got you. You wanted to buy that game. And so I like that these people are doing this for Dungeons & Dragons. I think Dungeons & Dragons is fun. These people obviously know how to tell other people that this game is fun, more so than me sitting by a campfire talking to you on the tube of you. So that's my opinion about that. Wow, these bugs are getting crazy. I wonder if they're coming from the wood. Another thing that they've talked about is the release of books. Now, Spelljammer just came out. I believe the next book series is going to be the Dragonlance book. Shadow of the Dragon Queen, or Remnants of the Dragon Queen. And they've kind of said that this game is like Saving Private Ryan, but with dragons. I'm in. No, literally, you got me. I was already really excited because it's Dragonlance, and I wasn't playing when the original Dragonlance games came out. I just recently read the Dragonlance books after starting to play D&D. So I read those, and they're great. I'm playing Out of the Abyss, and that's set in the Forgotten Realms. So there's that. So like the characters from the Companions of the Hall, I can pop up in Out of the Abyss. And I've only done the people of Gauntlgrim, so there's that. There's also so I'm really excited about the Dragonlance book game, and it has a board game to go with it, so I'm kind of interested in that, but I'm not sure if I'll buy that game or not. But I am real excited about the Dragonlance game. So, besides the Dragonlance book coming out at the end of the year, and if you're wondering what to get me for Christmas, it would be that Dragonlance book. So the 2023 release schedule for Dungeons and Dragons in the winter. So I don't know if that's going to be January, February, March. Is Keys from the Golden Vault, and apparently what that is another collection of like one-shots that all have a heist theme to it. Waterdeep, the Heist of Waterdeep, I have not done that game. I have no interest to do that game. Yeah, no, not interested. Will I get this Keys of the Golden Vault? No. I will probably pass on that one. Just because I hope at that time I have at least finished Out of the Abyss. That will have gotten me to a place to do other campaigns, and I have a couple ideas in my head, so that's where I'm going to go with those. And so I don't need this. No offense. I think it's great. I'm not going to get it. In the spring is Bigsby's Glory of the Giants, and that's being coined as Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, but for giants. I love Fizban's Book of Dragons. There was a lot of great things about it. These bugs suck. And so I am very tempted to get that. I will probably not pre-order it like I did Fizban, but I will probably add it to my collection of books. In the summer, another thing too is I'm really excited for the miniatures, if they have miniatures for the Glory of Giants. Don't laugh at me, I think that would be great. And the miniatures for the Fizban's Treasury of Dragons, they're amazing. But that's because I love dragons. In the summer, Phandelver campaign. So there was a small Mines of Fendelver campaign that used to be in the starter set until it got replaced recently. Which, if you live in a Target, awesome. Target's a day's drive for me. Not worth driving 9 hours to go pick up a $20 starter kit. But they're expanding that campaign setting to a full-fledged campaign. Rumor has it it's going to be having a horror cosmic twist. I guess to go with something to replace Ravenloft, since they don't have any Ravenloft settings. You can do Strahd, you can do Van Richter's Guide to Ravenloft, whatever that is. I'm not even sure that has an actual campaign in it. I think that's just ways to enhance it. So yeah, that's what they're doing. Will I get that? I don't know. There's a possibility, and I say that there's a possibility because my players could choose to do the Mines of Fendelver and really enjoy that setting. And when I say my players, I don't know if that's my adult players or my kids that would choose that. I say that because I'm going to be putting them all in the same world but at different times, and they just don't know it yet. Even though my kids are really leaning towards like a Spelljammer type campaign. And I am just getting littered with corpses of these bugs that I'm killing. In the fall is a double whammy. There is the Book of Many Things, which I believe will come out first in that quarter, which will be based off the deck of Many Things. Not sure if I'll get that. I think it will be another book for like Dungeon Masters to enhance campaigns based off of the deck of Many Things. So if it is for that aspect, yes, I will get it eventually. There's also Planescape, and I believe that's another campaign. And the first Planescape campaign setting was done in the 90s. And again, I wasn't into D&D. I think it has to do with like a multiverse thing. But yeah, Planescape is another setting. And that is the 2023 release schedule. I think the two big ones for me are going to be the Glory of Giants and maybe that Fendelver campaign. And if I am to get a third book, it would be the Book of Many Things. So that's my thought about what's going on in the D&D world thanks to Wizards of the Coast. But as you can probably guess, Facebook has been in a hizzy tizzy, and I've just been enjoying the ride, shooting the positive good news or positive goodness, because we need a lot of that. Why bring the hate into just your hobby, something that you love? Yeah, it's great. It's good. You want to be a Furby chasing around squirrels and collecting Pokemon creatures in your D&D game, do that. I mean, in their next campaign, one daughter is going to be a drow sorceress. The other one's going to be a lichen princess. And the third one's going to be a bunny wizard. That's what I got to work with. Anyhow, comment below. I'd love to chat with you guys about this. Share this. Like it if you think I said some good things. Subscribe to the channel. I love my subscribers. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys later, and thanks for joining me on this fireside chat. Even though it just snapped, crackled, popped, I don't think it ever took off. Alright, thanks a lot, guys. Thank you for watching this video from the Arctic Dungeon Master. If you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you can get notifications. And if you really, really liked it, please think about supporting this channel by clicking on the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below. Every little bit helps. Thanks, guys. See you next week.